Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and I have been traveling for 12 days. I just got back, which is why you did not see a lot of videos from me. Lost my voice over the weekend while I was still out of town. Came back last night. I'm still recovering from those 12 days on the road. Did not even have energy to put on makeup, but I did put myself in this chair for you guys so I could share with you my response to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the final trailer. And now let me tell you, right away, within that first minute, we're already getting something we clearly all wanted and needed and craved so desperately. We get Rey coming at you, being all like, everybody thinks they know me. They don't. And then Kylo Ren coming out of the swirling waves saying, but I do. So clearly, yeah, great. Angsty, super emo, young adult style romance that we've clearly been craving in Star Wars. Man, we've just wanted this so bad and we've never had it before. Oh wait, the prequels. The entire Anakin Padme plot was just a gigantic angsty emo romance, and that was one that we loved so much, so very much that we actually didn't like it at all. We hated it. It was stupid. It was probably the worst part of the prequels. Possibly even more painful to watch than Jar Jar. So clearly Disney has learned that if we're going to keep anything from the old Star Wars movies, we'll definitely keep the stuff that didn't work and nobody liked. And obviously, you're clearly going to build something really successful when you've waited till the third movie of your trilogy to actually explore the weird sexual tension going on between these two characters. So great. I'm sure this is going to work out so well in a way that will satisfy everybody. Spoiler alert, it won't. You can't satisfy everyone on this one because you've got the Reylo shippers who will not be satisfied until they see this weird abusive relationship live out happily ever after, and then you have the rest of us who are like, there is no universe in which we want to see these two characters get together. So if Disney can pull this off in a way that's satisfactory for all parties, I will be thoroughly impressed, and I'll be the first one to sing their praises. I do not anticipate having to do this. So anyway, moving on from that, which is clearly going to be the most exciting part of this movie, what else do we learn from this trailer? Because the reality is we've gotten 3 teasers. We have had no proper trailer. Nothing that actually gives us any substance or any real look at what the film is going to look like or be like. But we've learned a few things, right? Nothing really new. One of the things we've learned unequivocally from this trailer, which is really just something that's being reinforced over the past several, is that Rey is going to run a lot in this movie. She's going to run so much, it may as well be a Mission Impossible movie. In the course of these 3 teasers, we've seen her run in like 3 to 4 different places. So there will be a lot of Rey running. Very, very exciting. What other things do we get that are actually new that we didn't already know about? You get a little more of this desert planet stuff that looks like something that very much visually anyway harkens back to pod racing, which we of course all missed so much and desperately needed more of. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pod racing scene was one of the cooler parts of episode 1. That doesn't mean I need it again in a Star Wars movie ever. So that's a thing. And then you get the fact that C-3PO is going to die in whatever way droids do, or is going to do something that will risk his death, which shouldn't really come as a surprise to anyone, considering that Star Wars has done its damnedest to kill off every original character as quickly as possible. And again, we don't know that actually he's going to die. He's clearly just doing something that's going to be very risky. Maybe he won't. So we have this cute little line that's supposed to tug at our heartstrings going, I am looking at my friends. And let's remember that in the course of the past several movies, I don't think C-3PO ever refers to anyone as like his friends. It's just not his way. That's not to say that he doesn't feel that way or think that they're his friends. It's just like already this line is clunky and not at all in the vernacular that we've come to expect from C-3PO. So, just more things, more ways in Disney demonstrates it just doesn't get it. Also, like, your friends, 3PO, you've barely been in the past 2 movies. How have you developed such a close and intense bond with these guys when you never referred to Luke as Master Luke? You weren't like, he's my friend. Well, I guess you might have said they're our friends like once or twice in the original somewhere, but never in like this emotional sappy way that you do because you're a droid. That's not really your shtick. But right, droids have feelings and rights now because that's a part of the Star Wars universe. So that's something new, I guess, but not particularly shocking or innovative. What else is actually new? I guess it's implied that the way that the ships all come back, the way that the ships are, there was a whole bunch of resistance ships, the way that the resistance builds up again is because Finn's little monologue that we're getting, where, people will always fight for us. At least I think that's Finn. Maybe it was Poe. I don't know. Voices were very unclear. Anyway, these 2 characters have done very little over the past several movies. So, Finn especially. So it's like, I don't really know, who they are or what they're doing or why they're the central pieces of this resistance anymore. And we see Finn's face for like 5 seconds. He uses binoculars. Hooray. That's a new bit of information. So I guess it's sort of implied in this trailer that the reason that the resistance is now built up, that there's enough of them left, is because, oh, people have risen up to fight against the First Order. They're like, this is evil, we want to join with you. So there you go, right away. And this brings me to like this whole other big issue with the Rise of Skywalker as a movie in general. Right there in the trailer, we're already nullifying what was the only real loose end or cliffhanger from The Last Jedi. It kind of wraps up the whole story pretty neatly in every other regard. So in that, the whole thing is, how are they going to fight the First Order when the Resistance fits on the Millennium Falcon? And let's fast forward a few years, and a bunch of other people have been like, F the First Order, we're coming out of the woodwork. So obviously they build up a huge fleet, because we see all of these ships in the background, which make us feel like it's a little less hopeless against this army of a gajillion Star Destroyers, which are, rising out of the ocean now, or possibly out of this, like, world between worlds that Palpatine's going to come back from. So that's a thing. But that's the whole thing. It's like, what is the point of this movie? Why am I watching this movie? This is like a new, you're marketing this as the end of a saga, the end of an era, but there's nothing, you have to build, you're starting from scratch here, because you're giving us all new information. It's just one movie. This movie is going to be practically a standalone, because everything else, all the other information we had that was relevant has finished its arc. It's all wrapped up with a neat little bow. There's nothing, unless you're going to go deep into flashbacks and show us how the First Order came to be. And look, Star Wars movies are not about flashbacks. So unless you're doing that, you're not really going to satisfy any big, gaping questions we had about this saga or the story. You're just going to create more questions just so you can answer them in the span of one film. And that's not good dramatic story making. It's what you have to do. It's what's made necessary by the fact that you've had this total disjointedness in storytelling over the past few movies. But that doesn't make for a good or satisfying conclusion. I mean, for example, you have things now. We've just seen where Kylo Ren's wearing his mask. And so there's another new thing. Rey and Kylo Ren are going to do something together, which probably shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody either. Now, in this scene where it's like the two of them knocking down some shadowy figure who crumbles into dust, I have a feeling this is just another vision, probably just like another visual pairing to, the moment in the cave from Empire Strikes Back, where they'll strike down probably a shadowy Darth Vader figure together, because they're both trying to eradicate them from their past somehow. How is he part of Rey's past? God knows, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. Again, information that we'll learn and then have resolved all in the span of one movie. So you have this whole thing with the mask. It's like, you can't undo this now. You're putting him back in the mask. We saw him reforging it in the other thing. But it's like, you can't, there's not a thing. This is actually one thing that Rian Johnson kept the continuity on from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi. J.J. Abrams was the person who said "fuck you" to the mask, who just was like, let's fuck the mask, right? Because he has Kylo take it off right in the first movie and just like, fuck this mask, we don't need it. And then so Rian Johnson's like, yeah, fuck the mask, and just fucks it even harder in the second one. And now you're trying to unfuck the mask. But that's the thing. Once you fuck something, it doesn't get unfucked. That mask is never gonna be a virgin again. It is used. The whole mystery of its virginal elements have been fucked, fully defiled and soiled, and it's just not the same again when you try to go ahead and use it. It's just not the same. It's not the same delicate, pure flower that it was once before. All right, you can't do that. You can't backtrack on this. So that's and we got Rey facing, assuming it's the Emperor. Maybe the Emperor's mind, because I'm trying to figure out where we had this Darth Vader breathing moment in that other, teaser. So where are they fitting this in? Maybe the Emperor coming back from the world between worlds or whatever, it needs some sort of breathing apparatus because he's all fucked up having come back, wonky from that. So maybe we hear Darth Vader breathing in this Force vision that we know we're totally going to get, where you see dark side, right, and all that. So it's just like all these little questions, these little bitty, how are you going to do this stupid thing that you teased us with? There's no big, like, oh my god, how are they gonna do this thing? How is it gonna, how are they gonna topple the Emperor? Probably Rey's gonna convince Kylo Ren to turn on the Emperor, and he's gonna kill him, just like Darth Vader did in the old movie, because let's face it, there has been nothing new in any of these Star Wars movies, nothing remotely original. For all people tried to act like, oh, the reason you don't like The Last Jedi is because Rian Johnson was so subversive and did things no one's ever done in Star Wars. He didn't do anything new. That's his whole shtick. Rian Johnson is the magician of selling himself as someone who subverts genre without ever actually subverting genre. So I don't expect to see anything new or exciting or scintillating in this film whatsoever. You want to go see it, great. Do it or don't. I don't care. It's not important to me. I'm not one of these boycott people. I'll go see it, just because I'm a gotta-know person. I gotta see how ugly this train wreck is and how many bodies it leaves behind. But you do whatever you want. And that's it. That's the trailer. That's the last look we're gonna get months before the movie is released, and that's it. That's all we're getting. So are you excited? Because I'm not. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and press the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Mindless Entertainment. Have that notification bell clicked. Make sure you get notifications for all of my videos. Otherwise, YouTube won't recommend them for you because YouTube hates me. me. And because YouTube hates me, make sure you click get involved with me. There's a video that'll be popping up in the corner in a minute if it has not done so already. That will give you all the different ways to get involved with my channel. Help it grow. Patreon, I got a lot of new fun Patreon things coming up for my supporters very, very soon. I've got PayPal because my videos get demonetized, so I'm out to make money somehow. I've got, what else do I have? My Teespring, amazing t-shirt designs. I have another really cool one that's going to be up there soon, featuring me and all of my cats. As well as Instagram, Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, Mindless Entertainment, on Twitter at Jesse Milestone. Make sure you follow at Team Jesse, that's the official Jesse Milestone fan account on Twitter, run by not me. Also click LA Cheesesteak Reviews. This is an awesome new channel. I'm working out with my fellow Philly expats, trying to find a decent cheesesteak in LA. Largely failing. Hilarity ensues. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. God Empress out.